I take the letters to his name, and he made The Energy Still Lives in Me. I was like, So even though the man don't go, the value that he's left remains inside. And I thought to name the album after him. But further into building the album, I realized Teslim means peacemaker. Um, so finding out that Teslim means peacemaker, and then looking at our society of today, there seems to be so much negativity flying around. And say, for example, within the youth, I don't, I see a bright future, but there's just so much argument. There's so much. So, for example, on social media, if you are conversant with that as well, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competitiveness. People are, they are so keen to pull each other down because of ranks, whereas that shouldn't be if we're supposed to be a people. Yes, it's okay, competition is healthy for the game, but beyond that, there's a lot of negativity that we sense in our society today with the with the younger generation, with the youth people. And we, I thought it would be nice to have an album that would inspire us out of those type of things. Not that that is the only thing that the youths do or that they are about, but it would be nice for us to be able to move into happiness. Let's think forward. Let's think consciousness. Because also, I, I sense that we're leaving who we are. Yes, we advance. Yes, we grow. But it seems as though we're leaving the consciousness of who we originally are behind. And it would be nice for music to be beyond just making hits to make money, even though all of us would like to make money. But it would be nice for music to be beyond just that. It would be nice for music to have messages that will inspire hope, that will inspire togetherness, that will inspire union. Even though we can dance, even though we can have our arguments, yes, now human being they fight. But like my mother would say now, to fight no be to die. So it would be nice for us to make sure we lay the path, example for up and coming acts in the music industry, so that our synergy can continue and we can be forward thinking. This leads me into the conversation about the track with MI. I remember then the only idea my mom had of hip hop is Biggie at Tupac, not para. That's what it was. But that's a strong message that we must make sure, for example, in black history never repeats itself. Because there is no history with black people if black people are killing black people. It doesn't make sense. Such a history, we should try to control it as much as we can. And myself being Vector and MI with our coming together to make music, the goal is to say, okay, yes, we're forward thinking. Yes, we can have misunderstandings. Yes, we can have arguments. Yes, we can disagree. But we must be forward thinking. We must be willing to put those things behind us and lead everybody that we call followers and fans. Then we now advance into the record with MI, which is titled The Crown of Clay. The Crown of Clay, what that means is the crown of our origins. At least, if anything, we've all been, well, of the belief that we were made from earth. If anything, we are of earth. And if you're supposed to be royalty, if your royalty is not of earth, then if it's of gold, then you sabi. But then gold is of earth as well. So why don't we just go to the direct definition of what it is? It's the crown of who we are. It's the crown of who we are. It's the crown of the origin of our existence. Is our conscious crown. It had to be him, not by compulsion or anything, but it just had to be him because the conversation had centered around both of us. And I think it will hold stronger relevance if everybody that saw both of us go at it has seen both of us do something positive, forward thinking, and conscious.
well, you have to be happy to be able to relate to somebody that way. It has to be that. But it's not just him. It is me, him, it is everyone and everyone. The crown of clay is something we all carry. And if heavy lies the head that carries the other crown, will not be clay. Imagine the one will be clay. We have a lot of reconciliation to do with ourselves. So yes, it had to be M because that was me and him that had our disputes and our differences. But it's also between you and whoever you have altercations with. If you wear the crown of clay, you become royalty again in your consciousness, and that if you are royalty in your consciousness, you don't let any small dirty stain your spirits. And fight the stain spirits. No matter how, yeah, bruh, you get the kind life where you believe maybe say fight no ever come your way. And you get life where you believe say fight will always come your way. I guess that's why most people here won't stay at face me and face me. So it's up to all of us to wear our crowns of clay and make sure that we sort out whatever our differences are so we can move forward in life. There seems to be a sweetness that comes with beef records. So if that's what you're asking off the tracks, yes, they were streamed a lot. I mean, we trended at number 2 in the US, and yeah, both verses trended number 1 on Genius, the lyrics website, which means Nigerians can write what the whole world can go and read and understand, and if you try to, yes. So yes, there was that. Were you paid by the brand? Of course, there's like, what would that be? The brand just came, go here, enjoy, yeah, take alcohol now, drink now, record it now. No, it's there's still business going on, and that's also one of the highlights that you can share with, say, up and coming rappers. Don't be stupid to pick fights over growth. Like, no worry yourself. It not be now fight all the fights finish. Tupac and Biggie no fight their own finish. They don't fight all the fights for the world finish now. There's been wars back and forth and it hasn't stopped. Wait till make you believe say now your own will be the ultimate, right? So you must also know when to stop being hard-headed as a person, period. So yes, when the brand called for it, it wasn't just that brand. A lot of brands called in, but I guess it had to be them. The vibe in recording, it was easy. It was easy being in the studio with him. Well, making this record, we sent records to each other, but we've also been in the studio together of recent, and it was easy. As a man, once something don't finish for your belly, don't finish for your belly now. Not unless you be like, go to you say get extra belly for side or something. Like it's done. Once you're done, you're done. So our vibe is normal. We had the conversation, and we'd speak, and you'd be amazed at the kind of realizations that you encounter when you speak to the person that you had beef with. You realize the people that are with you that are not with you too. There's that. I saw it with him, he saw it with me. People that wanted to be relevant in the argument, I'll put it that way. People that I thought were my guys that would call and say, hello, Fanas. He told me that guy. And they see people they tweet, say, Vector, call this guy, he has info. Right? So it helped expose people that were not going to be exposed if there was no beef. So we understood that mutually, so the vibe was real. My thoughts on beef. I'll be honest with you, I'm not the type of artist that thinks, oh, go and beef somebody to. How many scandals I don't see me inside that? How many? Other than say me and one person rap, they abuse ourselves. I don't believe a talented person needs to instigate violence to make sense or be successful or be heard. There are a lot more things to talk about other than you're mad, you're crazy, you're mad, you're crazy in music, with rap. So my thoughts on beef is it's not necessary. Well, it's not compulsory. Sometimes it may be necessary because people are stupid as well. People will wake up one day and come and say something to you just to see your reaction. But within the confines of rap, it's allowed for you to respond. it's allowed for you to react. The only thing greater than the confines of rap is the confines of humanity. Don't be stupid. Your goal is not to kill each other. Because yes, taking it back to the reminisce question, at a point, people will call you and say, how far reminisce day, you're waiting make it happen. What do you mean waiting make it happen? Nothing, make nothing happen now. And when I met Remy as well and we had a conversation, I'm sure on his own side too, the guys said, I like it, you can call it Shelley, not worry. So it is left to us. And I dare digress a little bit. I met a rapper that he grew up in Philadelphia and he came to Nigeria. I was supposed to make a record together and we're hanging on the mainland. And so as I played the music, I did say, yo, my AR-15, AK-47 split guy. Wait first, we're in Africa. This is the last line of defense. We can't afford to let the lovers of music in Africa get into the mindset that it's okay for you to go and carry AK-47 and go and be shooting each other. This is the last line of defense for every black skin. This is the origin. We can't ruin that. So I will stand by that any day. You know me say I don't fear anybody. You know, and sometimes people push you, and you might have to push back, but it's not compulsory. It's not needed. And this goes out to any artist that is watching or listening to this. You don't need to go and start fights that they kill more career than they help. A lot of people never get back from such things. In the case of Tupac and Biggie, they never lived after it. So, as much as we be musicians, we also get sense. So my stance will be that let's be forward thinking. Let's remember to be happy and let's stay conscious.